name's Annette, and you might know me on social media as Nettersplays. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about my experience at PacifiCon Game Expo. So PacifiCon Game Expo is a game expo in the sense that it's a convention where people that are into the hobby, or if you just want to learn more about the hobby and just play games, you can easily just go there and meet a ton of people that you've casually met or that you've known for years. So it's a place where you can just learn new things about the gaming hobby and also just play a lot of games, whether it be war games, role-playing games, play-testing games, demos, or even games with your friends that you brought along or they brought along. So let me go into a couple of things that I experienced there. One of the first things that I did when I went to PacifiCon was check out the war game room. I wanted to look at all those miniatures that people create and all the scenes that they recreate as well. So if you're not familiar, miniatures and war gamers, they pretty much make little figurines, or not make them, but they paint them and they recreate these whole scenes with different models and landscapes of either deserts or jungles or space or air flight or the sea with pirates and such. So I got to see all of that kind of stuff. I made a little video where you can actually see those type of things too. But one of the things that they do offer at the PacifiCon convention was actually a boot camp, and I didn't necessarily get to participate in that, but I really wanted to. It's a place where they'll teach you and they'll demo these different games and show you what they're all about. So next year I'll have to attend that. But for now, let me go ahead and show you some of the miniatures and the scenes that these people have created. Miniature section, I was really excited about the flea market that's provided at the convention. So usually at conventions they offer these flea markets where people take in their old used games and sell them. So what I was really interested in was the board games that they had there. They had a lot of miniatures because it's highly known for their war games and miniatures. But what I managed to pick up was Asara. Now, I've never heard of this game or even gave it a second thought, but one of my friends, Aaron, he actually pointed this out for me. And I saw the designers was Wolfgang Kramer and Michael Kiesling. So I've heard of those designers before, and I was like, all right, well, let me check this out. Since it was cheap, too, at the flea market, I picked it up. I got to play the game, and even though I read the rule wrongs and we didn't play it right, we kind of played it right. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a really fun game at the end of the night, just to sit down and learn a new game and play something really quick and easily. So yeah, that's Asara. I'll show you some pictures at the end of us playing with Asara. Another game that I also bought at the flea market was Akrotiri. Now, Akrotiri is a 2-player only game, and it's a tile-laying game with a lot of pickup and delivery, but it's really complex. So it's not a simple little game, but it was a lot of fun. I didn't manage to play it at the convention, but I did play it afterwards, and I really enjoyed it. I give it really high regards. So yeah, I actually been searching for this game, and it's out of print right now. They're reprinting it soon, hopefully. But yeah, since it was at the flea market, I got a really good deal. So I really enjoyed the flea market, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you just what it entails. Also some footage of us playing Asara as well. I also participated in the PacifiCon Protospiel, which is provided by the League of Game Designers. Basically what that means is there's this huge hall where all these people are actually asking for you to play their game. So it's a whole bunch of game designers, and they have their games there, and they're asking for playtesters. So I participated as a playtester, and what I basically did was just walk around and just sit down on a table and just play a game. They would show you how to play it, and then they would go ahead and play with you, and then they would ask for your feedback. So every time you provide feedback, you would get a little raffle ticket, and then at the end of the night, they would provide these different prizes for the playtesters, which were obviously games. So it's a great little space where you can actually meet the game designers and talk to them about their games, and also provide all this feedback. So you really feel like you're putting your hands into the games and kind of, you know, working with them a bit and just providing that kind of feedback, whether it being good or bad, and just helping them kind of refigure things out. Or even if you think it's great and, you know, you give it a thumbs up, I mean, that confirmation is always good for the game designer as well. So another thing too is I actually got to win 2 games during the raffle. So one of the games that I won was Lair of the Lich King. It's a fantasy bluffing card game. So I'm not too sure about this game. I've never heard of it before. I'm not sure if it's for me or not, but because I played and participated in this game, I really don't mind getting a game like this. So another game that I also got was Fleets, the Pleiad Conflict, which actually I've never heard of this game either, but I have heard of the designer, Daniel Frixlius, I believe. But he's the designer that made the new Terraforming Mars game. And so, yeah, it's a space game. I love space theme games. And so it's a game that I'm really looking forward to trying out. And all this, I mean, I didn't expect to get anything out of just playtesting games, but just for the fact that they gave out some games to everyone trying them out, you know, is a really positive thing. It really helps out game designers, and it also, you know, provides us playtesters with something else too. So if you ever go to a convention, you should try to check out and see if they have a playtesting area if you're interested in just trying new games and meeting the game designers themselves. Another great thing about PacifiCon is the vendor hall. So if you go to a gaming convention, one of the things that you might see there is a vending area where all these people are selling different products, whether it be board games, or they're selling RPG books, accessories, or even miniatures, or they're just different people that are involved in the community and the hobby. So one of the things that we bought was the Leaving Earth Outer Planets expansion. It's provided by the Lumineers group, and we actually managed to meet the designer there and have him sign this game too. We've been really enjoying Leaving Earth, so we wanted to go ahead and expand further into space. So this game actually lets us explore Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune and Uranus. So we can go further into space and just complete different missions there, and we're really looking forward to this. Since the group was there too, we also got to meet the designer, Joseph, and also Kate, and play their other game, which was about Vikings, and we really enjoyed that. So not only are you also able to buy all these different games in the vendor halls, but they also provide demos too. So you can play some of the games that they actually have there. So at the vendor hall, I also got to meet this lady named Kathy, and she's a part of the Our Turn podcast. So I got to talk with her and just go ahead and talk to her about, what she's providing for the community. And basically she offers this podcast where it's about a female viewpoint of the whole gaming hobby. So it really interested me. And I went ahead and listened to the podcast afterwards, and I've really been enjoying it. So if you haven't given a listen, just go ahead and check it out. It's called Our Turn Podcast. But one of the cool things that she was doing was she was offering a raffle at the convention. And one of my friends, Eric, he's from What's Eric's Playing. It's a blog that he makes. I'll also show you the link down below. But he actually won a game from her, so it was pretty funny to see that whole circle of friends and new friends just come along. So yeah, it's something you should definitely check out, both the blog and both the podcast. And I'll leave the links below. So at PacifiCon, they offer this open gaming area where you can just pretty much just play a whole bunch of games with friends or with people you really don't know. It's fine. So you can take a whole bunch of your personal games or even go to the whole gaming library that they provide there, where they have hundreds of games. So it's a great place where you can meet new people or just play with your friends that you always meet with and just get out the games that you enjoy playing with them. I also managed to play a whole bunch of games that were at Gen Con, like Captain Sonar, so I got to play that one, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't think it was a game that I was really going to enjoy because of the stress levels, but I really enjoyed it a lot. I really felt like I was working on something, so yeah, I'll actually provide a montage of all the different games that I managed to play. If you have any questions about any particular game, just go ahead and let me know in the comments section and I'll give you my thoughts. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this final montage of just me playing all these games with all my friends too. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video, my experience at PacifiCon Game Expo. So if you haven't liked or subscribed, you can go ahead and do so. You can also follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm also part of Meeples Included and also the Instagamers Network. So all the information is down below and also at the end of this video. So yeah, thanks again for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!